Hey folks, Tim Newman with Soft Light Studios, and it's time for yet again another daily assignment. Today's assignment for August 13th, 2019. Our assignment today is titled Clouds. Now maybe you have looked at them from both sides now, but really it's time to give them another look. Find some clouds that really should be photographed and capture your best images of these fluffy little puffs of moisture. Let's take a look at some sample images. Now, here's some clouds, or at least they look like clouds. And I think one of the things that I really like here in this image is all of the leading lines that draw you into the center of the frame. And I really think that the yellows and the light blues work together really, really well here. If you see a sunset or a sunrise like this would be a perfect cloud image for you to capture. Here's another one. Now this was taken from an airplane while traveling at 32,000 feet, but I think you can see how we're sitting above the cloud layer. We have the sun rising in the background in the east. I don't know if you knew it or not, but that's where the sun always rises. And I really like what we refer to as the God rays coming up through the clouds. All right, let's take a look at the elements of design here that we're concerned with. Now obviously, cloud shapes are important. That's what really makes them recognizable. And if you can work patterns into these shapes, well, then you've got something really special. And then, of course, last but not least, the quality of light is going to matter here in these cloud images. Let's take a look at some more sample photos. Now, one of the things that's really great with either sunrises or sunsets, and this is a sunset, by the way, is the ability to work those silhouette frames along with those colors that are sitting low on the horizon. I really think that works well here in this shot. And I also think both horizontally and vertically, this image does a good job of being divided up into the rule of thirds. Here's another cloud image for you, obviously much closer up, but when you see really, really cool storm clouds like this, you almost can't avoid grabbing images of scenes that look like this. Really, really cool, shows a lot of depth, and I think the monochromatic color set here is very effective. And by the way, it's subtle, but there is some nice diagonal lines working their way across the frame here. One last image for us to take a look at. Okay, this is not just clouds, but I think it's pretty cool when you can get an image where you're up hiking in the cloud layer. And even rarer yet, those opportunities when you get to hike above the cloud layer, see the peaks sticking through, and look down upon the clouds that are surrounding the peaks that you're seeing. All right, folks, let's take a look at our rules of composition. Balance is important here. I think tonal balance is probably our number one thing to keep track of, but certainly geometric balance matters here a lot, and to a lesser degree, even subject balance can be worked into some of these scenes. Color theory, I think we've seen that in almost all of the sample images that we've looked at here. Keeping that color set under control really works well here. And last but not least, where you can find them, those leading lines or those diagonal lines that work through the frame. Let's take a look at our last slide, which is our format specifications if you are going to export files for consideration in the semi-monthly image critique. And then here you can see we have an example of a file name that you might use when you're uploading one of these files and the standard that goes with it. If none of this makes sense to you, take a look at the Update 01 video, for which there is a link in the description below. Also, as a link in the description below is the upload URL that you see here. So you don't have to type that out. You can simply click on it and you are taken magically to the place where you can upload your images for consideration. Speaking of links, if you haven't checked it out, there's a brand new links at this. No, kidding. There's that red subscribe button down below this video as well. And that's a pretty awesome link. You might give that one a try. All right, get out there and shoot some clouds. And remember, learning equals skills. Practice equals mastery. We'll see you out there.